After delaying the release of GTA 6 till May 2026, Rockstar Games surprised us by releasing the second trailer along with a website packed with 70 screenshots, character breakdowns, location reveals, and a preview of the game's story. This video covers everything that was revealed, quickly and efficiently. Shot 1. We open on a wide view of the Leonida Keys. A dinghy rides near the dock on the left, with several jet skis and a boat nearby. A blimp can be seen in the distance, the same one from the first trailer. This view can be seen from the screenshots provided from the other angle, and we also see the other angle in the original trailer. A plane flies across the sky. The water is detailed, with color variation showing depth changes. Volumetric clouds, similar to Red Dead 2's, fill the sky. Navigation markers are scattered along the coast. Wildlife is active. Fish swim near the dock, and pelicans and seagulls move through the scene. NPCs sit on the dock, walk through the walkways, and lay on pool chairs. A 24/7 gas station sign can be seen on the right, and a building with an ice cream cone. In the distance is Brian's Marina, which plays an important role in the campaign, and can be seen in other scenes which we cover later. Shot 2. A low-angle shot of Jason's house as he stands on the roof, fixing leaks. The house looks run down, a fixer-upper provided to him by Brian, who approaches him in the next shot. His car, a Vapid, is parked out front. In the foreground, a tornado. There's a basketball hoop in the driveway. An iguana crawls across the ground. Shot 3.
What you doing up there?
Brian steps out of his Vapid Cara truck to talk to Jason. The truck's covered in salt film, common for Floridians. Brian's wearing flip-flops, and you can see them flopping as he walks. His shirt and shorts move realistically. Brian is an old-school smuggler, still running product through the Keys. He lets Jason crash rent-free at one of his properties as long as he helps with the dirty work. Shot 4. As Jason climbs down from the ladder, you can clearly see sweat on his skin. Jason says,
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Some believe this is a reference to the leaks for GTA 6. Shot 5. Cuts back to Brian. As he talks, a raccoon can be seen in the background climbing into a trash can. Shot 6. Jason's sunglasses are polarized, and you can see his hair sticking out of his hat as he moves. Shot 7. There's a dumpster full of yard waste, a common sight in Florida neighborhoods thanks to all the shedding trees. That same raccoon from earlier climbs back into the trash. Brian says,
Just go get me my checks.
urging Jason to get to work and collect his debts. Shot 8. Jason's sweaty skin reflects light and even the sky. The ground is scattered with dead leaves against the corner of the exterior wall. After he enters the house, a bridge is visible in the distance. It closely resembles the one from trailer 1, placing this house near or in the Keys. In this image, you can see the area that Jason's house is likely at, along with Vice City way off in the distance. Grand RP is a GTA roleplay server that's packed with content and filled with an awesome community. The UI is professional and sleek, matching the same quality the gameplay offers. Become a cop or thrive in the underground as a criminal. Join the FIB, become a firefighter, and plenty more. The difference with Grand RP and GTA Online is that when you're caught or pulled over, a real player will be arresting you. The community of players is what makes the server feel so alive. Join Grand RP by using the link in my description. All you need is a licensed PC copy of GTA 5. If you've got that, use my link to begin your registration process. Using my link will give you exclusive bonuses. After you've registered, click the download button and get the official Grand RP launcher that directly connects you through RageMP to their servers. After you've opened your launcher, click the play button, log in, create your character, and start having fun. Grand RP is more than just a server. It's a community. Join today and immerse yourself in a GTA 5 world like no other. Shot 9. Jason drives past his neighbor's Mayabatsu Numbra with a custom paw print decal on the hood. As he passes, the owner of the car, a woman holding a dog, leans over and catcalls him.
Hi, Jason!
Jason gets catcalled a lot in this trailer. A paratrooper tattoo is visible on Jason's shoulder. The GTA 6 website revealed that Jason used to be in the army. Ray trace reflections shimmer off of Jason's windshield and side mirrors. Another neighbor can be seen working around his house with a leaf blower. You can see an armchair, a watch, and other fine details on Jason's arm. Basically, every shot has Jason wearing this watch, while Lucia wears a boxing glove necklace. Shot 10. Jason walks into a hippie crystal shop. NPCs in the background do more than just stand around or walk in typical paths. Instead, they talk to each other and lean over railings or sit at tables. Shot 11. Jason slams his hand down on the cash register. Coins shift as he opens the register. There's a hookah on the ground and a guy passed out on the floor behind him. Shot 12. Jason is driving in first person. In front of him is a red rancher, a gray bison V2 XL hauling a trailer with a C# dark jet ski, a blue Coquette, and a Granger all move with him. A vapid maintenance truck can be seen on the side. Road maintenance workers are visible off to the side, actively working. A few guys sit in the bed of the truck ahead of him. This means NPCs don't have to just sit in the back seats. They can sit in the bed of the truck. Overhead, a commercial plane takes off, leaving a trail across the sky as the camera pans upward. In the glass, you can briefly see the reflection of Jason's watch. Shot 13. Jason works out at the outdoor gym on Vice Beach. The ladies can't help but look when he's benching 265 pounds or 120 kilograms. There's a dog being walked in the background. The statue on the right is a nod to the real-world sculpture found at Muscle Beach in Miami. Rockstar learned its lesson since the last time they copied a sculpture directly from real life in GTA 5, because the artist sued them, so they keep the art looking different enough to stay out of trouble. Shot 14. Jason picks up a six-pack of Patriots from the convenience store. On his way out, a woman coming in turns her body to get out of his way. There's a man by the scratch-off tickets, a cat chilling by the window on the ATM, and a homeless guy sitting outside with a pisswasser can. There's a guy sitting on the tailgate of a pickup truck out in the parking lot. The trees in this scene look extremely realistic. Shot 15. Jason drives past a group of police officers brutalizing a group of civilians on the side of the road. A metro train passes by in the background, and we get a clear look at the new V2 police cruiser based on a Ford Taurus. An undercover police car is also parked nearby. Star pattern lens flares streak across the shot, something I'm seeing a lot of in this trailer and the 70 screenshots. Shot 16. A still shot of a prison watchtower, where Lucia is being held. Shot 17. Jason stands at the front desk of a penitentiary asking the officer if Lucia is cleared to leave. It's supposed to be her release day. This is the first time we learn their full names, Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos. The officer asks,
"I've seen you here before."
You might have.
This could be a hint that Jason is either an undercover cop, that he has visited Lucia frequently enough to be recognized, or that he has a criminal past. Shot 18. Jason turns around just in time to see Lucia walking out of the prison gates, finally free. He's wearing a t-shirt that says, "Let freedom reign," likely subtly symbolizing the moment. She's wearing an ankle monitor on her right ankle. This means that Lucia was released on parole, likely part of a plea deal or early release arrangement. Shot 19. Lucia steps out, leaving prison behind with sick shirt physics. Shot 20.
Hey.
Hey.
Jason's shirt has a stain on it. Shot 21. The bed and pillow react realistically under their weight. Her ankle monitor is still on, and there's noticeable booty jiggle as she moves. Light spills into the room, softly illuminating the bedroom, perfectly lighting the jiggle physics. This room is the bedroom of the house that Jason is fixing up, as seen in many other shots in this trailer. Shot 22. Lucia climbs up onto a desk, holding an MP5 and wearing a skull bandana over her face. She is robbing the Sin Frontera National Bank. The room is lit with red emergency lights, signaling lockdown mode. Shot 23 at 24. Lucia is mid-robbery, holding up two suited men, presumably desk workers at the bank. A blue security code flashes on the screen, confirming the building is in lockdown. This is taking place inside Sin Frontera National Bank, the name Sin Frontera meaning without border in Spanish, which seems like a satirical nod to offshore banking and international finance. The bank appears to be inspired by Santander Bank in Miami. Raul, a character seen in the newly released screenshots, is likely connected to this scene. In this footage of Raul found on the website, you can see what happens later on in this heist and see outside the bank itself. We can compare this bank to the one it's based on in real life. Raul is described as a confident, charming, and cunning bank robber who has experience. He's in it for the big jobs, and he scouts for talent in order to take on these jobs. Shot 25. Jason rubs Lucia's stomach during kissy time. The scene focuses on detailed veins on his arm and the chain around his neck. Shot 26-27. They clink Pendejo beers and the liquid sloshes. Pendejo means idiot in Spanish. The bottles look like Modelo. Shot 28. A boat named Lure Predator with the Dinka motor is tied to the dock. The boat bobs in the water, and the buoy on the side moves too. There's floating debris around the dock. Lucia has her ankle monitor on. This scene reminds me of Red Dead 2, if it were dialed to 11 and set in modern times. Shot 29. The dock lighting casts a greenish glow over the dock. A yacht full of people are just offshore. The game world is populated, not just in dense cities, but even out in the water, where a GTA game is typically lifeless. Shot 30. Brian oversees the loading of cargo onto the Sea Dodo by Jason, Cal, and an unknown guy. There's a boat lift to the right of the screen. It may be operable in-game. This is the workshop that we saw in the beginning that belonged to Brian, and this is the marina from the other angle in one of the new screenshots. Cal is Jason's friend who also works for Brian. He's a conspiracy guy who's content with his life. You see him throughout this trailer and the screenshots. Shot 31. The employees load up a suitcase of illegal substances. Shot 32. Lucia is carrying out her mandated dedicated community service in a reflective safety vest. She's also wearing a hat from Brian's Marina and a gold boxing glove pendant that is shown throughout the trailer. This likely has a deeper meaning behind it, and we'll cover that a little bit later. Shot 33. We see the inside of Jason and Lucia's home, which they share with a pet snake. The bedroom is being framed, but doesn't have walls yet. This is the same bedroom shown in shot 21, otherwise known as the booty jiggle shot. Shot 34. Cal is getting lively at a bar. Shot 35-36. The group includes Jason, Lucia, Cal, an unknown girl, and an unnamed guy who we see again later in the trailer. The bar has a TV showing a commercial, meaning TV programming is still a thing in the GTA universe. Droopy ceiling tiles and a trophy from Hurricane Roxy give the place character. The glasses on the counter bend the light that's behind them. The woman on the right has dark tan lines. This bar is likely based on the real-world Caribbean club Key Largo. Shot 37-38. The gold dress that was also shown in the first trailer is now covered in sequins that sparkle. This is a big improvement since the last trailer's version of the dress. The events from this night can actually be played in order based on the outfits Jason and Lucia are wearing. They likely started their party on the yacht, drove out with their friends to the 919 club, and had a good time dancing and filming themselves. Shot 39-42. A biker gang may be sitting just outside the car while Lucia and Jason talk. GTA 6 characters are much more realistic this time around as their body types vary. Notice how Lucia's hand fits inside of Jason's. 919 was advertised in trailer 1. Shot 43.
Yo, D, this full effect?
This thug is talking to Draquan when he says D. He's accusing Jason of being a Fed or a cop. This is the second time this trailer may be alluding to Jason being a cop. Draquan Priest, here in the yellow hoodie, also has a character introduction along with some screenshots from Rockstar. He's described as not being much of a gangster, but rather how music was always his main goal. He's usually booking acts into Booby's strip club, the Jack of Hearts, which we've seen in trailer 1 and again now in trailer 2. But now he's signed the Real Dimes, a musical duo who we'll talk about later, so he may be leaving the club for bigger opportunities in Vice City. This scene looks like it's in an apartment building lobby. There's a notice posted asking for the return of a bike. A guy in the foreground is ripped, and his abs look uneven like they realistically would. The texture of the towel looks amazing too. Shot 45-46. We don't see an ankle monitor on Lucia in this shot as she's lowered out of a window under the spotlight of a police helicopter. Shot 47. Brian warns Jason that he's being pursued.
They got your name, address, they got everything.
We see his third wife, Lori, in the background. This is likely the thing that sets in motion Jason and Lucia's pursuit for freedom. This is a screenshot of Jason, Brian, and Brian's wife standing in front of Brian's truck. Shot 48-50. The police raid a building, but they can't find who or what they're looking for. This is the second police raid we've seen in these trailers. And the police officer here may be the main antagonist or a major player in the story. Shot 51. The first frame of this shot has a weird artifact issue with the gun. It disappears immediately, but it's still weird. When Jason pulls the trigger, the muzzle flash casts light. His finger also actually realistically pulls the trigger. His shirt is blowing in the wind. Boardwalk can be seen in the view, and we've seen Boardwalk from other angles. Shot 52. Bay Lux is one of the two girls seen in the first trailer dancing on a car. The necklace worn by Roxy in the trailer and then the new screenshots confirm this. Bay Lux and Roxy are real dimes. They have a relentless social media presence and release rap tracks. They're signed to only Raw Records, owned by Booby and Draquan. You can see here that this is the new rendition of the scene from the first trailer, with them filming the music video on the hood of that car. Shot 54. Leaves are falling off of the tree. A car is burning in the background. And this is the J. Norris pool location from the leaks. You can see this pool and motel from this other angle in this screenshot they released. Shot 55. Cage fighting may make a return from GTA The Ballad of Gay Tony. Shot 56-57. This shot takes place when they still have access to their home, before they're on the run. Maybe he's gearing up for the first heist that sets them off on their misfortunes. Shot 58. Lucia fires a grenade launcher. A massive explosion rips through two cop cars, and the blast sends debris flying in all directions. Easily the most intense explosion we've seen in this game so far. Shattered glass, torn doors, and a missing roof on Lucia's car highlight the level of vehicle destruction. Shot 59. Draquan is wearing a Manatees jersey, the local football team, and a Narcos hat, the local basketball team. Him and Jason are looking at something crazy, likely on social media. The Ferris wheel is visible from this location, and if we zoom out, we can see this Ferris wheel from another screenshot. We can also see how far the draw distance is in this game from here, and we can also see the football team Narcos again, this time playing in the Sahara Arena. Behind the Ferris wheel, you can see a huge cruise ship. Hopefully we get to explore it. In Miami, this is always where the cruise ships come and park and load up. Shot 60. This action shot takes place in the wheel well of a commercial plane. The wheels and their mechanisms are extremely detailed. Compare this in your mind to the detail we had from the big jet in GTA 5. It's night and day difference. Shot 61. The leaked mission where you drag a safe behind your vehicle turned out to be real. The mirrors are actually functional and show the driver's face.
Say Vice City, baby! Vice City, baby!
The guy from the bar earlier is seen taking a video with Jason and Lucia in the same club from Shot 42. In the first trailer, I believe he's seen filming Lucia on the highway. Shot 64. A shot on Ocean Drive showing the GTA equivalents to the buildings Portofino Tower, Hotel Breakwater, Hotel Victor, Winter Haven, McAlpin Plaza, The Tides, and Cardozo Hotel. Girls are leaning out of their car and taking pictures. A bunch of people are posing for pictures on top of one another, something you don't really see NPCs do. Usually they just walk around and keep distance from one another. The green car is a Pegassi Tempesta. The blue car is a Banshee. The silver car is a Comet. The orange car is a Shafter with crazy rims on it. A white Vapid Scout is behind all this, and in the far back, a beige Windsor drop. Shot 65. The Ocean View Hotel has been shown a lot in the promotional material. NPCs are dancing on the rooftops. The tree lights are pulsating. The windows show an interior. Shot 66. The Jack of Hearts strip club has a sign for Sinful Sundays. In the first trailer, it promoted Make It Rain Mondays and Seduction Saturdays. In the leaks, we saw these same banners. The glittery material on the curtains is an improvement from the last trailer. Shot 67. The TV is showing a commercial for Phil's Ammunition, who looks just like Phil Cassidy from GTA 3. Around the room, we see tools for home renovations, a game console, and some cold beers. The beer have fizz and condensation. There's seagulls on the porch walking around. Shot 68. There's two game controllers on the table that resemble PlayStation 4 controllers with the lighting effect. Lucia is still wearing her ankle monitor. Shot 69. Someone is mounting a turret on a buzzard. Shot 70. Jason, the pilot of the buzzard, is wearing a headset, and the joysticks and pedal actually move to his controls. An animal runs away, causing ripples in the water. Shot 71. To the right of the Venetian Islands, there's a bunch of people partying around a yacht. Some are in floats, and one guy dives off the roof. Jason and Lucia speed by on a jet ski. Shot 72. The reflections off the chrome of his bike are incredible, and there's a dark smoke coming from the left. Shot 73 and 74. The car inside the truck is likely a Tempesta. The plate on the truck shows it's from Liberty City. A Coquette D10 passes by. Sparks fly as the motorcycle scrapes on its side. Shot 75. Another bedroom scene, but this time they're in the same motel room as the trust scene in the first trailer. Lucia shoots from a speedboat that looks like a speeder mixed with a Toro at a Vicedale police helicopter, causing smoke as the bullets ricochet. Shot 77. Bullets hitting the road make smoke clouds. Exhaust is visible coming off the bike. The guy aiming from the car has half his body hanging out the window. Shot 78. Jason jumps from the Sanchez to Lucia's convertible, similar to the mission with Jimmy and Michael jumping from the boat to the car. Shot 79. A detailed view of Brian's shop that was shown earlier in Shot 30. Cal's beer splashes out as he gestures. There's a Zero oil bottle next to him, and sparks from the welder skating across the floor. Shot 80. The final shot in this trailer is a sunset over the bridge through the Venetian Islands to Vice City. We see a bicyclist and Lucia hanging out the window. The new information and screenshots say Booby Ike is a legend. He created an empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. His new venture with Draquan means that they need to make music with their talent, real dimes, and they need to make a hit. Jason Duvall grew up around crooks. After briefly being in the army, he found himself in the Keys working for local drug runners. He thinks it might be time to try something new. Lucia's dad taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Lucia is typically wearing this boxing glove pendant. Maybe it was a gift from her dad. Fighting for her family is what got her locked up in the penitentiary. Luck got her out. Lucia moved here from Liberty City, and now that she's fresh out of prison, she's determined to live the good life her mom always wanted her to live. Lucia frequently wears her iFruit earbuds. Maybe this means we'll be able to listen to the radio outside of being in a car. In this image of Lucia leaning against a motorcycle, the state reads Gloriana. Some think this means Georgia. Brian Heder is a drug runner. He's letting Jason live rent-free at one of his properties as long as he helps with the local shakedowns. Some of these shots look like AI-generated images. The hair on the arms looks so realistic too. In this image, we see an Ambrosia biker gang and political yard signs promoting Henshaw, a billboard saying proud allies of diversity and treats. Ambrosia looks like an industrial area held up by the sugar refinery and biker gang. An Ambrosia biker gang member and his girl pose for the picture. The paint on her fingernail is chipped. It looks like wildfires and fire spreading is possible in GTA 6. The detail on the interior of this car is insane compared to anything we've seen before. They actually have soap on the windshield getting wiped around. The faces in this game are nothing like each other. They actually look like different people. In other games, it just feels like slight variations on the same body type and face size. But here, we get slender faces and bodies and chunky faces and bodies. People are fishing, so we can probably fish in GTA 6. Animal life populate the entire world, and NPCs pack the restaurants in town. Just like in Red Dead 2, we'll likely be able to hunt all kinds of wildlife, including alligators. Characters on this airboat have a cooler, bucket, and net all sitting on the airboat. This trailer is packed with alligators in this screenshot. Maybe we can hunt them and collect them. The truck's front windshield has windshield wiping marks. Rockstar has clearly taken what they've learned from making Red Dead 2 and applied it to this game. GTA 6 likely has drivable mobility scooters. This location has been identified to be the Rain Barrel Village in Almirada. Another iguana is in frame. Iguanas are considered pests to Floridians. Killing them grants you a bounty. The bicyclist is walking his dog while riding. NPCs are standing on the sculpture. The AI in this game is nothing like we've seen before. They interact with each other and everything around them. NPCs are making out, peeing on a tree, passed out at a table. And what's craziest is these two characters are waving at a guest that's walking in and who is waving back. Just like GTA 5, Rockstar has added an underwater world to the map, filled with ocean life. This pool party scene looks like a pre-render. It's way too good looking to believe it's actually just the way NPCs will behave in free roam. Beer cans litter the boat where they've been partying. Characters relax in flamingo floaties and look at other people on the boat. Various motor brands are attached to the boats, like Dinka and Nagasaki, both well known from GTA 5. This woman is jumping from one boat to the other. A life vest sits on the boat next to her. Dirt bikers drive through the mud and dirty up their bike and even their own clothes. A muddy raccoon is in frame. A Weasel News helicopter that has the same logo as Weasel News from previous entries flies with a camera operator filming from inside. Weasel News has always been a far-right news agency, and they joke about that by saying reporting the right news. Hunting will probably be in GTA 6, based on this screenshot. You can also see some life in this image, even a squirrel climbing up the tree on the right. This image is located toward the northern border where Leonida meets Alabama and Georgia. It's called Mount Caliga National Park. Mount Caliga is Rockstar's exaggerated take on northern Florida's Torreya Bluffs region, a rare stretch of elevated red soil wilderness near the Georgia border, reimagined as an area for off-road trails. A panther is seen on the far right. These bikers are passing the vehicles in their lane as they ride through. An SUV is pulling over off the road. Maybe NPCs stop to take pictures and then continue in this game. A new kind of truck trailer is seen driving through this area, a construction-style flatbed loaded with concrete drainage pipes. I was worried that because it was set in Florida, it would just be a boring flatland, but it's awesome to see that we'll have mountainous regions, and maybe this will mean that they're going to expand the map towards Georgia and more in the future. Wildlife hunts itself, and the panther looks like it's actually getting wet fur. Some deer are eating or drinking. One is sitting, and the other is looking off. The water has ray-traced reflections. The trees are not simple. Some are even leaning over. The water isn't perfectly clear. There's leaves, sticks, and pine straw riddled throughout it. This shot is awesome. We can see a train, a house on a mountain, and a bird on the top of the bridge. The flood gauge sign is a great detail. It's a real feature you'll see across Florida, where rising water levels are a constant concern during storms and hurricanes. The person kayaking in a Crest kayak has paddles that splash in the water. He's wearing a life vest, not something you'd typically see NPCs doing. He reflects in the water. These characters both have scars on their bodies, and it looks like they have a weed farm. This scene looks like a typical deal going down. She's handing over a fat bag of pressed blue pills, most likely ecstasy. The setting is shady with the guy in the back overseeing the deal. Everyone in this game has 50 necklaces on. Also, look at the detail on the car's grained leather texture. This guy's pushing a shopping cart filled with stuff. This Delights Club is a strip club in Port Gellhorn. All of the cars parked here are parked a little imperfectly, with their wheels still turned when they shut their engines off. A Phoenix drives through the middle of the parking lot. A person is getting kicked out of the club. Another Port Gellhorn screenshot shows a group partying by a campfire. One character is moving a pallet by himself. Other characters can be seen sitting in the tailgate of the truck, showing more of that NPC interaction with the world around them. The two characters in the front are both leaning on a Vapid truck. The cooler is packed with beer. A couple can be seen through the heat distortion of the fire. This screenshot looks like a callback to the GTA 5 trailer when the private jet flew over the Vinewood sign. This picture is taken right next to the Vice City International Airport. The woman in this picture has liver spots, and she has a cup of tea sitting on the ledge. There's a rubber ducky statue at the center of the pool for this hotel. This is a hotel on Vice Beach. You can see a bicyclist off in the distance. Two people sharing a seating pad. One guy's laying sideways on one. A branch has fallen off and landed on a roof. Even off in the distance, you can see beachgoers. Also, it's hard to see water in this pool. This image shows a potential basketball minigame area on the roof. There are also rideshare bikes, tons of traffic, a red helicopter. The police are trying to arrest two criminals that were running from them. Likely a random event. You can see down the bridge that runs through the Venetian Islands towards Vice City. This blue building on the right can be seen in many other angles, but one of them is this shot with Jason and Lucia riding on the Sea Shark. These two characters look straight out of a South Florida rap video, flaunting grills, gold chains, and designer watches. The level of detail is insane. Look at the iced out teeth, the scar on his chin, and even the sun glinting off their jewelry. Look closely at his forehead skin and hair. This game is crazy. We can see the building from Trailer 1's opening shot in this screenshot. Lots of characters are very sunburned in this image. We see cyclists running through the area. A man with a metal detector is distracted by a woman laying face down without her top. There is sand on her booty cheeks. As this woman walks, sand falls off her shoe. Everyone's feet are covered in sand. Two dudes are playing football. The lifeguard is actively looking out at the ocean and swimmers. There are birds all over the lifeguard shack. The cops are telling these party girls to stop. The cop on the left is telling her to get down, while two of them are getting arrested, and one of them is posing for the camera with her tongue out. This is a good sign that police might actually arrest us again, rather than just shooting us on sight. Two social media logos can be seen on the back of the police car. Life Invader might be one of them. I'm not sure what the heart one is. This takes place on Ocean Drive, right next to the Ocean View Hotel and Boardwalk. There is streaking condensation on the car's back bumper. You can see inside the Ocean View Hotel. I'm wondering if this is an interior. I'm making a whole video about that this week, so check back to see that if you're interested in the fully enterable buildings in GTA 6. This cop car looks really cool. It might be my favorite cop car I've seen yet. A buggy of some kind, possibly called a Hawks, is on the far left. Bikers ride through the streets again. A man sits with his dog. Another license plate registered in Gloriana can be seen on this blue Impala LX. They have different icons for license plates. A dolphin, flamingo, and peach can all be seen in this one image. This trailer spends 13 seconds on shots of Jason and Lucia getting it on. Almost 8% of the trailer.
Sex. Do it right.
Hopefully next time, we see an increase on that percentage. In 24 hours, this trailer got 75 million views. It's clear that the time they've spent on this game since the last time we saw it has monumentally improved the quality of the characters and game world. With one more year in the oven, this game is likely to break every record there is and set new bars for the industry that we probably didn't think were possible. Rockstar titles like GTA and Red Dead are always ahead of their time. We're only a year away from this game. Hopefully, it's not a year of silence.